How exactly did we arrive at this turning point? Over the past decade, artificial intelligence has shifted from a futuristic buzzword to a living, breathing presence in nearly every aspect of our daily lives. From the curated recommendations on your favorite shopping site to the virtual assistants that help you manage your schedule, AI is everywhere. Yet, it is the rise of generative AI, systems that can create text, images, code, and even ideas, that has truly captured the world's imagination and, for some, ignited deep-seated anxieties. For Amazon, artificial intelligence represents a seismic shift, on par with the dawn of the internet in the late 20th century or the explosive growth of cloud computing in the early 2000s. As Andy Jassy himself put it, AI is a once-in-a-generation breakthrough, a force capable of redefining not just how Amazon operates, but how entire industries function. To put this in perspective, Amazon is currently running more than 1,000 generative AI applications and services across its sprawling global enterprise, and this is just the beginning. The company has committed to investing an astonishing $100 billion into artificial intelligence this year alone. This is not a gamble. This is a declaration that Amazon intends to lead the AI revolution. Consider the scale. Amazon employs roughly 1.5 million people across the globe, making it one of the largest private workforces on Earth, rivaling the population of entire small nations. But behind the scenes, a quiet revolution is underway. Since the year 2022, Amazon has eliminated more than 27,000 jobs as part of a sweeping effort to streamline its operations and embrace automation. Some of these cuts are visible, but many are hidden in the shifting tides of technology, roles that quietly disappear as algorithms and robots take over tasks once performed by humans. The scale of Amazon's AI ambition is nothing short of staggering. The company aims to slash operating expenses by as much as 40% by driving efficiency through AI-driven automation. Warehouses that once bustled with human workers now hum with the coordinated movements of hundreds of thousands of robots, some with advanced tactile sensors capable of handling delicate packages. In delivery operations, Amazon is piloting humanoid robots, machines that can walk, grip, and even adapt to unpredictable environments. These are not science fiction prototypes, but real-world agents changing the face of logistics. But Amazon is only the tip of the iceberg. The implications of this technological tidal wave are global. According to McKinsey & Company, by the year 2025, over 1/4 of all jobs worldwide could be displaced by artificial intelligence. That is hundreds of millions of workers facing the prospect of obsolescence within just a few short years. And Amazon is far from alone. 41% of companies around the globe anticipate reducing their workforce due to AI by the year 2030, according to the latest surveys. This unprecedented transformation is igniting fierce debate among business leaders, technologists, economists, and workers alike. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, one of the world's leading AI research labs, recently sounded the alarm, warning that artificial intelligence could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 5 years. Imagine the impact. Entire generations of university graduates, coders, analysts, and administrative staff suddenly finding their skills redundant. Geoffrey Hinton, often called the godfather of AI, poses the existential question. If AI can perform all forms of routine intellectual labor, what meaningful work is left for humans? Where will the new jobs come from? These are not just abstract hypotheticals. The anxiety is real, especially among Amazon's own corporate employees. Teams are shrinking, project timelines are accelerating, and the pressure to adopt AI tools is mounting. Software engineers at Amazon now find themselves expected to integrate AI-powered assistants, like Microsoft's Copilot or Amazon's own machine learning tools, into their daily workflows. Some describe the experience as a double-edged sword, the promise of innovation, but also the relentless pace and the fear that even their specialized knowledge may soon be replaced. This is not limited to engineers. Human resource consultant Brian Driscoll warns that Amazon's aggressive approach sets a dangerous precedent. Rapid automation without adequate protections for displaced workers risks pushing thousands into economic uncertainty. As Driscoll notes, automation on this scale, if not managed responsibly, could deepen social inequalities and erode trust between workers and management. So why is Amazon, and the wider corporate world, charging ahead with such determination? The answer lies in the tantalizing promise of efficiency and profit. AI has already delivered tangible results. For example, Amazon's AI-powered demand forecasting model has improved the company's long-term national forecasts for deal events by 10%, a leap that translates into billions in saved inventory costs and less waste. In the United States, over 2,800,000 apartment addresses were mapped by Amazon's AI-powered logistics platform by October of the year 2024, enabling hyper-precise deliveries and smarter urban planning. These advances paint a picture of what is possible when machines and algorithms work hand in hand with human ingenuity. Yet the path forward is fraught with challenges. As AI automates more tasks, it is raising the bar for what it takes to remain relevant in the workforce. Today, an estimated 77% of all AI-related job postings require at least a master's degree, a hurdle that many current employees may be unable to clear. The risk is clear: a widening chasm between those who can adapt to the new digital economy and those left behind. As Gil Luria, an analyst at D.A. Davidson, observes, AI is progressing so fast in improving productivity that the need for hiring will diminish over time. Let's zoom out and consider the broader picture. The story of technological upheaval is not new. In the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution replaced centuries-old crafts with mechanized factories, triggering widespread job losses, but also creating entire new industries, from steel to railroads to telecommunications. In the late 20th century, the rise of the personal computer and the internet disrupted office work and manufacturing, but also gave birth to millions of new roles in IT, design, and digital marketing. Each revolution came with its own winners and losers, and each required society to rethink education, safety nets, and what it means to work. Amazon's AI-driven transformation is the next chapter in this ongoing saga, but the pace is faster, and the consequences are more far-reaching. As old jobs vanish, entirely new fields are beginning to emerge within Amazon itself. Internal data reveals that AI has quietly spawned new departments focused on areas like algorithm transparency, AI ethics, bias detection, and advanced robotics maintenance. These are jobs that did not exist even 2 years ago. The very act of managing and regulating powerful AI systems requires new kinds of expertise: ethicists, explainability engineers, and machine learning auditors. So, what does the future look like as Amazon races ahead with its AI revolution? There are several possible paths, each with its own risks and opportunities. In the most pessimistic scenario, the acceleration of automation triggers a wave of mass layoffs, not just at Amazon but across industries worldwide. Experts like Dario Amodei warn that up to half of all entry-level white-collar positions could vanish within 5 years. If unemployment rates spike to 1 in 5 workers in sectors like finance, logistics, and administration, social unrest and political backlash could follow. The specter of growing economic inequality looms large, as those without advanced technical skills struggle to find new employment. We could see a society increasingly divided between the highly skilled few and the many left behind. But there is another, more hopeful possibility. Andy Jassy and some forward-looking economists argue that as old jobs disappear, new ones will emerge, roles that we cannot even imagine today. Amazon's roster of more than 1,000 AI-powered services and applications is already generating demand for new specialties: prompt engineers, AI ethicists, creative technologists, and algorithm explainers. According to McKinsey, around 1/4 of the global workforce will need to transition to entirely new careers by the middle of this decade. This is not just an upheaval, but also an unprecedented chance for reinvention and growth. Yet, there is a catch. The new jobs created by AI are not the same as the old ones. They require higher levels of education, more specialized technical expertise, and a willingness to embrace lifelong learning. As AI takes over routine tasks, the demand for uniquely human skills, critical thinking, creativity, ethical judgment, and interdisciplinary problem-solving will soar. But for many, the prospect of returning to school or retraining is daunting, especially in the midst of economic uncertainty. So what can you, the viewer, actually do to prepare for this new reality? The first lesson is clear: adapt or risk being left behind. CEO Andy Jassy's advice is simple and urgent. Be curious about AI, educate yourself, and experiment with the tools now reshaping the workplace. Whether you work in technology, logistics, creative industries, or even roles that seem safe from automation, upskilling is no longer a luxury. It is essential for survival and growth. Here is some encouraging news. Amazon has pledged to offer free AI skills training to 2 million people around the world by the year 2025 as part of its ambitious AI Ready program. This is not limited to current Amazon employees. Anyone can access these resources. The training covers everything from the basics of machine learning to advanced prompt engineering, data science, and ethical AI deployment. By taking advantage of these opportunities, workers can position themselves at the forefront of the AI revolution. Start by evaluating your current role. Ask yourself which parts of your job could be automated in the near future. Next, focus on developing AI skills that cannot easily be replaced, such as strategic decision-making, creative problem-solving, and collaborating across disciplines. Seek out online courses, attend workshops, and join communities of practice where you can experiment with AI tools hands-on. The goal is not just to survive, but to thrive in a world where change is the only constant. This is not just about personal survival. Entire industries are likely to emerge from the disruption caused by AI. Consider the rise of AI-powered healthcare diagnostics, predictive maintenance in manufacturing, or even AI-driven sustainability initiatives in agriculture. The World Economic Forum predicts that by the year 2030, entirely new sectors could be created, from digital therapeutics to autonomous transportation management. Those who learn fastest, adapt quickest, and seize new opportunities will shape the future of work and society itself. But the stakes are not just economic, they are deeply social and ethical. Can companies like Amazon and indeed the world at large manage the fallout of this technological upheaval? The answer is yes, but only if we move quickly, invest in people, and demand responsible innovation. Governments have a role to play in setting ethical guidelines for AI deployment, building safety nets for displaced workers, and ensuring equitable access to reskilling programs. Companies must commit to transparency, fairness, and ongoing support for employees navigating these transitions. Here is a critical insight. While headlines often focus on the jobs lost to AI, there is less discussion of the entirely new categories of work being born. Within Amazon, for example, new teams are devoted to designing fair and explainable algorithms, monitoring for bias in automated systems, and building the next generation of robotics. These roles require not just technical skill, but creativity, empathy, and ethical judgment, the very qualities that make us human. What about the broader societal implications? If millions are displaced, how do we maintain social stability? Some countries are already experimenting with universal basic income and wage subsidies to cushion the blow from automation. Others are investing heavily in STEM education and digital literacy from an early age, preparing future generations for a world where technology is ubiquitous. The lesson from history is clear. Societies that invest in their people, adapt their educational systems, and embrace change are the ones that emerge stronger from periods of disruption. There is also a growing conversation around the ethics of AI. Who is responsible when an AI-driven decision goes wrong? How do we ensure that automation does not reinforce existing biases or create new forms of discrimination? These are questions that policymakers, business leaders, and citizens must grapple with, together. The emergence of AI ethics officers, regulatory frameworks, and independent oversight bodies is a sign that society is beginning to recognize the complexity of the challenge. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to hit subscribe and join the conversation in the comments. How is AI changing your work, your studies, or your outlook on the future? Stay curious, keep learning, and remember,